Hey, what's up, y'all? MC here. I'm going to do another video for you guys for budget knives. That seems to be a really popular category these days, and it's one that I actually really enjoy too. I really like to spend my time in the budget category. I'm not going to do too much dancing around here. I'm just going to get to these guys because I know you guys probably like the knives more than you like me talking. So I'm going to start off here with a cool little knife from QSP. He's nothing fancy. This is super basic, and that's fine. These are under 30 bucks, and this is the QSP Parrot. Now, he's got QSP quality. There's no problem there. Reversible pocket clip, lanyard hole. This is red micarta. Actually, it looks kind of pink, but they do call it red micarta. You can get a few different flavors of that, though. That's no problem. D2 blade, thumb stud deployment, liner lock with good access to the liner. Really good access to the liner lock. That's something that QSP just seems to have dialed in. The pocket clip is fine. I actually prefer this if they're not going to inset it. I like this style a little bit better. So that's pretty good. They're usually 30 bucks or under, you guys. This is fantastic. If you just want a basic knife, you don't want any of the fancy blade shapes, boutique steel, the trendy locks, fancy deployment methods. If you just want a good knife, decent materials by a quality company, and like I said, these usually under 30 bucks, you can get it. This is the QSP Parrot. Okay. Also check out their Penguin, but that blade shape doesn't do it for you. Look at the QSP Parrot, and I'll throw links in the description for that one. Okay. Nice one. Next up, this is the Kuby DUROC. This poor guy probably spent more time on my to buy list than any other budget knife because something else just jumped in front of it. But it is Kuby. I really like Kuby because even if you don't like this one, Kuby's got so many different blade shapes and styles of knife. You should be able to find something there in the budget world that you like, and the quality is pretty good. This one's G10. It's got a flipper tab and a deployment hole, lanyard hole, reversible pocket clip. Pocket clip's not great. They didn't inset it, but it's not bad. This is a budget knife, and I really, really like the blade shape. He's kind of stout, and he's a little heavy for his size, but if you're buying this knife, I think you're probably okay with that. You come to terms with it might be a little bit heavier with that stout of a blade. It's kind of thick back here. He does have a little jimping liner lock with pretty good access. Finger flick is awesome. The knife loves it. He wants it. It's just great. I really like this knife. The blade doesn't feel fragile. And I've always had good luck with Kuby. I probably have 6 or 7 Kuby knives. The one thing to note, this does come in AUS 10, which mine is, or D2. And if you have a preference there, the D2 is normally around 40 bucks. The AUS 10 here is like $48. White Mountain runs Kuby sales quite a bit, though. So this was $48, and then they had a 25% off sale. As of this video, there's a 25% off sale, which took it down to $36. Then there was 10% one of the codes, which took this thing down to like $32.30 or $32.70, $32.50, something like that, under 33 bucks. And G10, AUS 10, I don't think you can beat it. I really like the knife. I really like Kuby's quality. The D2 is even cheaper if you want that one. And so I trust Kuby a lot. I really enjoy their products. And for under 50 bucks, this knife's going to be tough to beat. This is the Kuby DUROC, and I'll throw links in the description for that one as well. Oh, next up's another favorite, another big favorite. This is the CJRB Ruffian. CJRB is Artisan Cutlery's budget company, I guess. That water is getting kind of muddy, though, because now they use a lot of the same materials. They both have premium knives. They both have more budget-based knives. So I wouldn't really pay too much attention to that. I just think they're pretty much one company in my mind now, not like we and Savivi and those guys. But anyway, this one's kind of unique. This is a Dirk Pinkerton design. I normally like his. It does have a 4-way or 4-position pocket clip, which is pretty unusual because it's mostly useless. But if you want that, it's here. You can do it. I don't know why you would. The pocket clip is pretty good. Those screws might stick up a little bit, but not much. You won't have any problems with it. The G10 is fairly grippy, and that's nice. This purple, and they have a black. They might have a green also, and I can't remember if there's a JG10. This was the nicest looking one, and this CJRB secret lanyard hole back there in that back spacer barrel, if you can see it. That's some little trick they like to pull, but it's kind of cool. I like it. And the blade, man, the blade is fantastic. He's got it, still gives you a pokey tip. There's jimping all the way from here to here, or here to here, jimping all the way up through there. I can't really thumb flick him. I can thumb roll him. That's okay. Nice access to the liner lock. But this reverse flick, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And this guy's another knife that it's like a utility knife on steroids. It's like a razor knife on steroids. You can just, it's a cutting machine. It's even a little jimping back there. Or for style. I don't know. Anyway, this one's on sale a lot on Amazon for $37. This purple. Now, if you don't love the purple, there is black. They do come in black coated blades. You can get the purple with a black coated blade. So the blade steel, as per usual, is AR RPM 9. That's Artisan Cutlery's proprietary steel, which is just D2 on steroids, really. D2 with better corrosion resistance, actually, is what it is. And that's nice because the biggest flaw I have with D2 is that corrosion resistance. But keep your knife clean and dry, right? No problems there. He's not the biggest knife in the world, but he's not the smallest. I can still get a 4-finger grip. I got a pretty wide hand from there to there. This is just a favorite of mine. If I'm gushing, I'm sorry. This is the CJRB Ruffian. I think this one's about $37. I think the black's about $44, $45. So I'll put that link in the description for you guys so you can check that out as well. Where am I at here? The SENCUT ACUMEN. I just started getting into SENCUTs, and I'm really impressed with these guys' quality. But that makes sense. We, as an incredible knife company, they're the high end for these guys. Savivi, I've had great luck with Savivis, and they're kind of the mid-range, and then SENCUT works in the budget range for these folks. And this is another one that this is a budget knife, but this is a budget knife by a company that really knows how to make a knife. And this purple G10, the color schemes on these are kind of funky. They have a purple G10 here. They have kind of a dark maroon, reddish brown G10. They do have a jade G10, and they have a black. All the blades are black coated, though. All 4 of the models I've seen have black coated blades. Okay. I think they gave you that fancy little guy right there for a lanyard. Pocket clip could have been better. Could have been in set. Not the end of the world. It is reversible. That's nice. Looks like, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Looks like they did all T8s, but I'm not 100% sure. But I believe so, except for the pocket clip. All right. He does have a flipper tab, which works really well. If you're a knife modder, you could delete that and make it even cooler, in my opinion. A liner lock, and then bam, that finger flick, that reverse flick is just awesome. It's an awesome blade shape. It is 9CR, which isn't the best steel, but it's okay. It's Savivi's 9CR, and Savivi does 9CR probably better than anybody in the business. So I wouldn't hold that against the knife at all. I really like the blade shape. I really like that reverse flick on this one. It's just really, really good. Nice blade. Coated blade's not normally my thing, but if that doesn't stop you, then you'll love the knife. If you don't mind that black coated blade and the weird colors, you'll like the knife. It is definitely good quality, and it's $40. I mean, I don't know how much better you get, even if you take it outside and do something irresponsible with it that you shouldn't do with your knife. But this is the SENCUT ACUMEN, $40. I'll put a link in the description for that guy. I'm going to show you one more, and then I'm going to show you a couple that kind of come with a caveat, okay? This is the Gonzo FH924. Now, somebody commented before that this is a stolen design. I don't know about that. That stuff gets kind of hairy to me with knives because you're going to have similarities. You've only got so much room to work with. But if this is a blatant ripoff and you know it, let me know so I can, I don't know, apologize for helping them. But anyway, this is the Gonzo FH924. These are like $28. They come in this blue, a green, a black, and then carbon fiber. But I don't know how good the carbon fiber is. Anyway, D2 steel, G10 handle. This lanyard hole is part of the steel liners here. Reversible wire pocket clip. That's always nice to see. And this D2 blade here, which fires right out. Now, he has a smaller knife, but he's not, you know, it's $28. If you're okay with a smaller knife, then you'll be okay with this guy. Yeah, he's small. He is small. That's okay. $28. Nice access to the liner lock. That reverse flick works really nicely. I don't have any complaints about it. I'll tell you, if they make this guy, if they make a bigger version of this guy, I think it'd be super popular. But I've made 0 knives, so they're doing better than I am. It's an attractive blade, though. Little guy. $28, guys. The Gonzo FH924. Go check them out. I'll put a link in the comments to all these, and then you can decide for yourself. If you do know this is a complete ripoff, tell me what knife it is so I can look that up and be mad with everybody else. Okay? Now, I have 2 more. These guys are kind of tricky. I should say tricky. So this is the Civivi Riffle. These are discontinued, but you can still get them for around $45. Mine is micarta and 14C28N. And nice, good-sized handle, full 4-finger handle. Nice big blade. He's got some jimping right there. Like I said, you can still get these, and for $45 with these materials and Savivi quality, I don't really know if you can go wrong for $45, especially if you like. It's not a big knife, but it's bigger than some of the other ones I've shown you tonight. Like, he's not huge, obviously, but he's bigger than some of the other examples we've had. And if you do like those bigger knives, then this one here will speak to you. I got mine on eBay, but I do know a couple of the places still have them for $45 and under. There are a few different flavors of this micarta. I don't know why they put that hole in the flipper tab. If you know, please tell me. You could delete that flipper tab, but I wouldn't, because I'm not a modder. That's okay. And the finger flick works fantastically, and I can't really do it with my thumb without making a weird. I can thumb roll it, but that's okay. I'll put some links in the description for that one, because I do know some places still have this for mid-60s, which still isn't a bad price. But for $45, if you can get it and you like that size, it's just a phenomenal knife. Last but not least is this one. I hesitate to show this one because he's kind of tricky to get, but if you can get him for under $50, which you can, White Mountain Knives has them, and you can always find one on eBay from the same seller, and they usually go in the 40 to 45 range. This is the Tucson TS334. I think this is the best kept secret in budget pocket knives. The action on this thing is silly. I mean, just silly. The size is perfect. The action's perfect. I love that blade shape. This is one of my favorites, as you may have seen some of my other videos. This burlap micarta is ugly, right? But it's comfortable. Like I said, it's kind of smooth, but it is comfortable. It doesn't look good. I do wish they'd make it in some different micartas or some different, even G10. I don't care. But it's kind of an ugly knife. But the blade shape, the action is just incredible. They could have done a better job with the backspace, or with the pocket clip, of course, which is not reversible. Sorry, lefties. They do have those 2 screws sticking up. Just a little bit of useless jimping right there. But guys, if you can get him under $50, he's just, it's too good. The blade's too good. The materials, the action, best action of any knife I have. Hands down. Any price range is this guy right here. So I'm going to put a link in the description get on the White Mountain wait list for this, and check out eBay if you really like it. But you will not be disappointed. I actually bought a second one because White Mountain had them so cheap, and I love it so much. So this is the Tucson TS334. You can always get them on AliExpress, but they're around 60 bucks, which I still think is fine. But if you want to stay lower, White Mountain or eBay. I'll put that link in the description as well. These are the budget knives. I am MC. I am sorry this video went too long. I hope you guys are having a great day.